Coming up on Scared.
These places get lost in time. You know what? There was 40-foot walls surrounding the entire place.
I really shouldn't have been there. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing like, yo!
It was meant to inspire fear, penitence, and all those emotions of dread.
What was that sound? What was that sound? Something is making noise. And of course, if you're on your own, it's the worst it could possibly be. It's a ghost, it's a murderer. It's something bad coming up behind me.
Hello, creeps. This is John Cassier, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. Are you ready to be scared? You're watching Scared.
Eastern State Penitentiary marked our second trip off of Staten Island.
The first one being Danvers. This was in the city of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania, and we were pretty stoked to go to it.
It's great that we've grown as a company and we're actually leaving the confines of our own island, venturing into places that we've never been to.
As far as the ride down, it's not all fun and games as it appears to be. I mean, there are lists, checklists of equipment, and we have to make sure that we have everything and everything works. But all in all, you know, it's a lot of fun just driving down there and being with the crew and having a good time and just seeing different places that normally, you know, we wouldn't go to.
It was kind of cool. The black car headed down the highway with the van behind it, very smoky and abandoned. We'd heard a lot of things about it. It was pretty imposing, and I had actually seen it as a tourist. I was in the city, I was kind of checking out the museums, and I turned the corner, and there's this gigantic castle in the middle of just a residential area.
It's an imposing structure, and you wouldn't expect to see it where it's located.
It actually struck me in awe. There was 40-foot walls surrounding the entire place and just rows of houses all around. I was like, it's just wild to me that these places get lost in time right across the street from your doorstep.
Now, despite the fact that it's within a modern city, it wasn't always this way. The city grew up and around it. So when you look at it, it's very medieval, and it was meant to be so. It was meant to inspire fear, it was meant to inspire penitence, it was meant to be all the things that the old medieval European castles invoke.
Even Brian was scared on this one.
All those emotions of dread because there's this big gigantic structure, that's what it was designed to do.
What's worse, Jay, he's so scared he couldn't even come. It's huge, you know, it's like you look up, you just see all the way up that tower.
And that's the wildest thing about what we do, is that you can walk out of your doorstep and actually travel back years in time to a place that nobody really even knows about, and it's only 50 feet from your doorstep.
Well, I'd like to welcome you guys to Eastern State Penitentiary. When you walk through that gate there, you walk through the world's first true penitentiary. And the word penitentiary actually comes from the word penitent, which means true regret. When you came to Eastern State Penitentiary, you were hopefully going to be shown true regret. Eastern State Penitentiary was designed by architect John Haviland. It was built between the years 1822 and 1836. Let's talk about the outside of Eastern State Penitentiary. The walls are made, for those interested in rocks, are made from Pennsylvania schist. The walls are 30 feet high, 30 to 40 feet high actually, 8 to 10 feet thick at the base, 3 feet thick at the top. They run 8 to 10 feet underground. The place was built to be escape-proof. You know, it wasn't always true. There was over 100 escape attempts throughout Eastern State Penitentiary's history. One of the most famous, in 1923, over-the-wall escape happened right here. Eastern State Penitentiary is on 10.5 acres of ground. A new prison system had to be formed because, you know, the way prisons were run before Eastern State Penitentiary were basically holding cells for prisoners awaiting to be sentenced. And usually prisoners were sentenced to public humiliation, depending on what their crime was. Sometimes they were also sentenced to death. Originally, John Haviland designed 7 cell blocks, a hub and spoke design. It was a central rotunda, which we're going to see, or you're actually going to see it, with 7 cell blocks coming off of it. Time Eastern State Penitentiary closed in 1971, there were 15 cell blocks, including death row, which is right up here. Now, death row, we never executed anyone here. Inmates made knives and executed each other. No, there was no electric chair here.
Our tour guide, Chris, said that the ghost hunters themselves and several other hikers were at Eastern State Pen, and now I'm like, over here they saw a ghost, and over here they felt evil.
I was sensing the presence of different entities.
He saw, well, what Joe always sees. He saw a janitor there.
I don't know how long he had worked there, but he seemed to work there for about 15 or 20 years from the feelings I was getting.
And he also saw an inmate who was calling himself Nickel.
He kept referring to a ball, and he was telling me that he could play ball. He didn't really specify basketball, but that was the impression I was getting. As you walk into the layout of the prison was 2 to 3 floors of tiers of prison cells. And I would just feel that people were looking down at us as we were walking around.
and you have that feeling in your back of pins and needles, like something's lightly touching your back, that I'm scared feeling. I didn't like that.
All right, guys, this is where I'm gonna leave you. Be safe. Take good care of a prison. Rock on, guys. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Catch you later. All right, gentlemen, let's go find some ghosts, man.
Do this.
You feel anything?
Yeah, actually I do. My first impression when we walked in was people hanging over the top.
What do you mean? Hanging down, just watching down here?
Yeah, just like, almost like taunting. This one particular guy. There's a white guy in the bed. I think he had a towel over his body. And he was just staring down and like saying things. It has the feel of people around walking through and basically going about their business, I would say.
Well, the tour guide said Block 4, which is where we are now, was one of the worst blocks. And that a psychic who was here a couple of years back was afraid to go in the shower at the end of this hallway where we just came from.
Mm-hmm.
You feeling anything in that area? We just entered the building? Is that
Well,
what you
as
felt?
I entered the building, I actually got absorbed into a few different things going on at once. I didn't feel anything about the shower. We walked by really quick, but I was absorbed, especially with the guy hanging from the top.
What do you mean hanging down as if he was,
No, it was just
looking down
looking
or
over,
hanging
yeah.
dead?
No, looking over.
Fucking looking.
But as I peer into some of these, I see people looking back. You know, I can feel. There's a guy, they call him Nickel. I can't figure out why they call him Nickel, but he made his presence known. It's a lot of action.
Look at this. Nice. Wow. Ooh. Wow. That's a blueprint for the whole place.
Okay, what we have here is a, looks to be a model of the prison. Where are we now? We're in the hub. This is where we just come from.
In the middle we are, I think, because how many doors we have? 9? Sorry.
All right, from here we can kind of plan out where we're each gonna go. Yo, where'd Brad go?
What's this?
Now, the design of Eastern State is kind of interesting.
Back then, prisons were laid out as if they were a wagon wheel.
The central hub has the doorways to each of the different cell blocks. Now, if you're a guard sitting in the center, you can look down each hallway and see the entire cell block.
Now, for us, it helped because we were able to use that as a home base and send our own guys down each and every area.
Usually we have a mix of the science and the psychic because we're kind of on the move. This time we had the opportunity to set up our equipment.
We had the liberty to set up stationary cameras to record down the corridors. We took audio recordings in hopes of catching some kind of EVPs.
We had cameras on all night.
We had both infrared and night vision cameras stationed at the hotspots in the prison. We set them up according to the staff. They pick the areas where both staff and visitors alike have said that they felt the most activity. Now, of course, I'm not going to put any stock in this, but it's a good measuring stick to at least start my investigation.
We should always have these set up because who knows just what happens when no one's around.
Do not, under any circumstances, go up any compromised staircases. We don't want to get hurt. Okay, you're going to want to go up to the second floor. Make sure the staircase is in good shape. We have our equipment. We have our walkie-talkies. Make sure we use them.
Okay, and as far as the equipment,
everybody, we all have electromagnetic detectors. Everybody use them. You're splitting up, so even if it doesn't, seem like there's anything there, and especially you, Joe, even if you don't feel something, take readings. We're here to take readings, so use it everywhere you go. If you get any readings, take out your audio recorders. Take some EVPs. So hold up the audio equipment, ask a few questions. Maybe we'll get an answer this time.
All right, guys, this is 6. Numbers are above. Chris, you take 6. Sean, take 4. Brian, take 1. Greg, 5. And I'll take 7.
you got it.
Guys ready?
Ready.
Let's do this, baby. Come on, scared
Rock
crew.
and roll.
Yeah! I really shouldn't have been there. Walking around the place, even though now it's a museum, it's still, the walls are falling apart. It's very dilapidated. The cells themselves are incredibly small.
Let's look inside. Okay, this is what the cells must have looked like. Pretty small, as you can see. Toilet off to this side. I suppose there was a bed in here somewhere. A little desk. Actually, this cell is a little bigger than I expected, to be totally honest. The entrance is quite small.
The prisoners at Eastern State Penitentiary, when it first opened in the early 1800s, were in complete solitary confinement. They had no contact with the outside world, with other prisoners, or even with the guards. So in that aspect, a lot of people, a lot of the inmates went crazy.
Now, if you notice, the cells weren't really, they weren't barred. They were steel doors or iron doors. So they were, it was like basically your sentence was complete solitary confinement. You can actually see over there, that was the only light. This little hole right there, I imagine, that ever came into the cell, or any of these cells, was through that little tiny hole. Very hot in this place, man. I thought it would be a lot cooler in here, to be honest. I'm going to take an EVP right now. Okay, it's, for those of you who do not know and not familiar with the term, it's electronic voice phenomenon. Okay, so here's my EVP recorder. Let's see what we can do here. Are there any spirits that wish to speak? Is there anyone who wishes to speak?
This time we relied heavily on the EMF detector. EMF detector is electromagnetic field detector. Now, obviously it detects electromagnetic fields, and supposedly ghosts, when they're present, give off this type of energy. Also, things like stereos, anything electronic will give off an EMF signature, but if we're walking around a prison and with no electricity around and there's a signal, then obviously that's something that we have to investigate further.
Bars upon bars, upon mesh wire, more bars, padlocks, everything meant to keep people in. I wonder what else has remained here. What else has been kept in? Spirits, perhaps? I don't know. Well, that's what we're searching for. So we know there certainly isn't anyone left in here currently. No inmates. Unless they've stayed voluntarily after dying, or have died and have returned to someplace that they find familiar. Someplace they spent a great deal of time while they were alive. Oh. Cell block 911. Not quite poignant in this period of time, but very interesting to find so close to the 660s. Numerologist, run that through your database. One would surmise that, given a choice after death, you wouldn't return to someplace that you hated being in life, unless that was your punishment. To even surmise that would indicate that there was an intelligence that placed you there. And that's a subject for an entirely different show. But believe me, I do have many thoughts on that, so stay tuned. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to take some ratings.
Ghost hunting and the paranormal is not an exact science, of course. But you know, we were hoping to catch something.
Okay, so here I am in the hospital. We know there's a lot of patients passed on. Wow. In this area here, see some old, is this tools? I can't tell. No, it's just broken wood and metal pieces. When I went off on my own, I really wasn't frightened. I was sensing a few different things here and there, but nothing that really scared me.
Don't let him fool you. Joe, you was scared.
I'm hearing something right now, walking above me. I don't know if the camera can hear it, but there's something definitely walking above me right now. I was in the psych ward / hospital of the penitentiary, and I kept hearing noises. I couldn't really figure out what it was. It actually sounded like somebody was walking on the floor above me. Only problem was, I was in a building with no second floor. Let's get out the EFP, Rena. It's above me. Get out my EFP. Okay, really cool. Okay, I'm hearing voices. Something was definitely walking above me. I hope I got that on camera. Okay, we're in the recovery room. Okay, here's the recovery room. I am literally scared out of my wits at this point. I'm hearing sounds all around me. I'm sensing quite a lot, and it's got me pretty terrified at this point. There is stuff going on all around me, and I'm not sure what to do about it because at this point I pretty much can't think straight. But the vibes I was getting were mainly from patients that were sick when they were doing their time in prison. I really didn't get anything evil. I really wanted to get the feeling that there was something to be frightened for. Now, I was picking up different spirits, different entities, nothing that was really scary. I actually am sensing the presence of many spirits. Very heavy here. And of course I hear the wind howling. It frightened me so much to the point where I had to run back and get Brian and bring somebody else in on this just for the fact of I didn't want to not catch something. Brian and I are going back to the hospital to investigate the noises I was hearing. Okay, go to your left.
I go down there, and Joe's looking around, and it's a roof panel just flapping in the wind. I'm like, that's it? He's like, no, I heard something else. Nothing.
Of course, Brian got there, and the sound went away, but the fact is that I wanted to make sure we tried to do our best to catch something on film. or on voice recordings.
Continue on down the hallway. It's hard to see this bright light in my face. So I'm just gonna try to be very careful, as always. Okay, we're gonna try another electronic recording. Okay. Is there anyone in this cell block who wishes to speak? Is there anyone in this cell block who wishes to speak? Do so now. Okay. Trying here, I'm trying. Hey, I can actually go into this little cell. You see a couple of pictures. Maybe this was, maybe these pictures are what this cell was at one point, I'm not sure. Hey, this I guess was this the cell of Willie Sutton? That's very interesting.
Here's a bit of trivia that residents of Staten Island and fans of our earlier episodes will definitely appreciate. Now, if you watched episode 2 where we did our investigation of the farm colony, we mentioned in our research that famous bank robber Willie Sutton hid out at the farm colony for 4 years before being caught by the authorities.
Looks like maybe someone started to try to tunnel out of this place. Didn't get very far.
I don't think there were many escapes from Eastern State. I know we were told about one, but that was pretty extreme, and it was in the modern age, so.
What we didn't mention, and what we didn't even know at that point, was that Willie Sutton actually escaped from Eastern State Penitentiary. Looking at the structure itself, at the setup, it really is hard to believe that anybody ever escaped from there.
So far, I've been separated for a little while. Nothing paranormal has occurred, at least not to me at this point. I just need a rest. I'm just tired right now. All right, let's try to see what else we can find. Hopefully, some other cool stuff. Just keep looking, keep digging, keep searching, because that's what we're here for, man.
All right, between me and you, Sean is not the type of guy to take in these places because this guy is scared of everything.
This is the prison where they put all the people. You know? You see these places, you swear to God that you'll never do a crime. Because imagine myself spending fucking many years in these little shitholes. See the indicator, there's no sign for anything going on here.
Just being here, it makes me believe that I will never commit crime in my life.
No windows, nothing. You're locked in here for 10-15 years. That's the end of it. Make me one mistake in your life, and that's it. You pay for it for the rest of your life.
What was that sound? What was that sound? Something is making noise. This marks the first time I went on a solo mission, which in its own is quite scary. I know everyone else has, has gone out on their own, and this is my first time. It wasn't too bad because you're never too far from home.
There's also Greg, who puts on that false bravado, but he's got chicken feathers beneath his shirt, I swear to God.
But it's an extremely loud place, and there's always spooky sounds everywhere. Everywhere there's something flapping, something creaking, something squeaking, something scurrying. It's really enough to have your head snapping left and right just to say, what was that sound? What was that sound? What was that sound? Something is making noise, always.
We've had a stationary camera pointing down cell block 2. I believe it also catches, I think that's 10 down there. I'm entering in. This actually branches off into 3. I believe that's 10. You can see here 10. So I'm going to try going all the way down 10 first. And then the little branch off, I'll go back. This place is terrifying. You got the ELF, all's green. Fire extinguisher. Something's moving out here. I think the wind's blowing it. I don't know what's down here. Looks like this is under construction, actually. Cells. Cells. Cells with a barber chair in it. I don't know if you heard that over the radio, but Joe just said there's footsteps above him. This is terrifying. The place is really, it seems alive. I'm talking to Joe who can feel this. He feels a lot of stuff.
I couldn't really put my finger on what I was hearing throughout the night. As I was walking around, I was hearing things like, it sounded like somebody was walking either in the next room or right above me.
Right now, you're going to investigate some strange noises. Ooh, bats. Okay, but they're not making that noise, Brian.
Is there anyone in here who wishes to make contact with us?
Switch with me, let me do that. Want to take this for a couple minutes? Just let me do the EVPs. Good.
So he goes, oh, just stay with me. Here, hold the camera. I'm like, all right, I'm holding the camera. And I'm thinking, I'm like, you just want company, don't you? So, I mean, it happens to all of us, and sometimes what goes on in your mind is more scary than anything that's actually there, so I can understand. It happens to all of us.
Are there any spirits here looking for God? We can help you get out of here, but you must contact us. I'm pulling no strings here. I hope they don't follow me home.
Sounds like meddling to me. And I don't believe. There you go. Right where Joe belongs.
Good. Shelves.
Okay, we're at the patient rooms. Room number 666.
All right, I'm going back.
I was in the corridor that was labeled 6, which turned out to be something like out of an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Yo! He's a fucking bird. Yo! No, like not even shit. I heard something. Stupid. Shut up. Yo! I don't hear any of the guys answering, so I don't think it's them. I don't know what the hell it was. Yo! You see that? Yo! Alright, I just fucking saw somebody. Joe!
I'm walking around, I'm on the second tier, which I really shouldn't have been there. and all of a sudden, I'm hearing like, I turn around and there's pigeons. There's like 4 pigeons just flying around my head.
I'm surprised, the footing's actually not so good here. Yo, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, man. Yo. Yo, he's fucking flipping out, man. Fuck you! Stop pissing me off now.
I guess they had some kind of nest or something. Maybe they're trying to protect some like baby pigeons. But they scared the crap out of me because, you know, when do pigeons like attack people? You know? So that really kind of freaked me out, and I really, really did not want to fall off the edge of the tier.
It scared the shit out of me, it really did. It's not even funny. I'm sure everybody at home's laughing at me, thanks. I look like a big wuss. I look like Joe or Greg or something. There's no railing on either side over here. So I'm gonna have to turn back because I'm not allowed to go any further, I guess. Hallways are long. EMF still green, thank goodness. Joe was just on the radio saying he heard footsteps. That's definitely not gonna make me happy.
For my solo mission, I had the EMF detector, which for the entire trip, thank goodness, was green. I believe it saw like a spike, it's once or twice, but like a flash into it was red, and that was it. It wasn't enough to scare me, and it wasn't enough to indicate trouble.
There's a bat. Nice. Coming right at me. Did you catch that?
And also, to make matters worse, there was a bat attacking me for about 10 minutes, just flying at the camera, flying past the camera. And you know, it's kind of scary when it flies at you, but it's a lot more scary when it flies by you and you lose it. And you wonder, where is it? Is it gonna be biting me in 5 minutes? You don't know what's going on. And that kind of scared me. And for probably about 3 minutes, I'm on one knee, just like waiting there, you know, scrunching my neck like it's a vampire that's gonna bite me. But you know, I'm on one knee saying, where'd this bat go? And it's gone. I don't know where it went. And then it flies back.
I'm heading back to go over that whole, oh, there's that bat again. Hopefully there will be no bat attack. I don't want to get bit. I doubt I'll turn into Batman. I'll probably just die of rabies. So the bat just flew up to here where I'm going. Thank you, bat. I just want to be alone. Oh, shit. There he comes. Oh. Kind of comical, but there he is. Oh, shit. There he comes. Why don't you leave me alone? I'm like ducked down right now. If you could see me, you'd probably be laughing at me. But as you saw, the place has me quite nervous. Whoa, shit, that son of a bat motherfucker. Yeah, and now the microphone just swung hit me in the hand and scared the hell out of me. This is nice. So I'm just squeaked back here. I'm 2 feet in a shoe already. So if the bat's not enough, well, the moth just flies over my head and scares me. Look at that little guy running at me. Oh boy. All the fear is real. All the danger is real. All the bats, bugs, and birds are real.
Here am I, section wing 4. This is considered, at least by some of the tour guides here, one of the more haunted wings of the prison. Getting the feelings that there are many spirits around, but I'm being hard pressed to have one actually contact me. At least, you know, to find one to contact me that is interesting. Bats. There are bats in here. Okay, let's just hope. Oh shit, there's a few of them. Whoa, bats! And not just one either.
I was filming, walking down the hallway, and all of a sudden I see a bat. Okay, so I'm following it, got my camera on him, the bright light, and all of a sudden this bat starts playing games. And I mean coming within like 2 or 3 feet of my head.
Whoa! Fucking bats!
Now, I don't know if it's because of the light, they're attracted to the light. I'm not sure what the deal is with bats, but he just kept getting closer and closer. And I kept walking because I was hoping that he would just like fly away and leave me alone. But of course, my luck, he just kept on coming closer and closer. So as I turn around, they go, oh, somebody want to help me with this bat? I turn back I swear to God, the bat was like 2 inches from my head. Actually, when they show the footage, I land on my rear end, jumping up into the air and backwards.
I don't want.
Whoa! Ow! Hey, can somebody help?
Yo! Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
I think we have a little bit of a situation down here. Can you get down here?
Yeah, no problem. I'm getting fucking attacked by birds over here anyway.
Alright, be careful.
Word up, sucker butt. Alright, let's see what the fuck's going on, man. Okay, I'm heading back. Heading out of cell block 2. That's the green sign says 2. That's all she wrote. Hey, what's up? Dude, I got attacked by a bat. You got attacked by a bird, didn't you? You got attacked by a bird, I got a bat.
Sean and I investigated a 3-tier block.
Is Chris with us?
Over here.
Chris is good. Okay. Let's get this recording. Oh, we had the Steadicam showing the 12th floor where there's been reported ghost sightings. We're going to check it out now. The Steadicam's still running. So we're taking a walk down the hall. We're looking into the cells and stuff. I have on me somewhere. See, it's turned on. Oh, it's just flash right here, but it doesn't when it turns on. Okay, we're looking.
Several times on my adventure, I went into the cells, I went into the showers, and it was kind of disheartening because who knows, what happened in these cells and showers. Bad things, probably really bad things.
Maybe that's in the back of my mind that, this was where people who did some bad things wound up. But it's also where there's probably extremely little joy in this place. A lot of misery, a lot of suffering, a lot of death, and a lot of people died when they didn't want to die, and they didn't die how they wanted to die. You died without peace. And that's kind of sad. And who knows what kind of effect that has on the spirit? Does it make it linger? Okay, I'm going in here. You don't have to follow me. So this. Do you hear something down there, by the way, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
You get the camera on down there?
The camera's on.
Oh, the camera's on down there.
Mm-hmm.
And our tour guides had that a lot of bad things happened in the showers, and that several psychics who have also come on site have been afraid to go into the shower because of all this psychic activity.
Yeah, this is a place you probably didn't want to be when the prison was active. As Chris said earlier, how the steam in the rooms got so thick you couldn't see.
Do you want to go upstairs now?
Yeah, sure. Let's be very careful. I think there's one of the floors. Now we're on the 3rd floor. Oh, that's a reflection off the windows. A reflection. We've gone through cell block 12. Aside from a creaking gate up here when we were downstairs, we didn't see anything. The ELF remained green. The EMF is recording. We don't know what it picked up, if it picked up anything. And, we're heading back now.
This death row was built in '56, in use after 1959. Of course, the worst of the worst guys were here. There was no executions here, as I said. Guys attacked each other, though. Ground floor was basically solitary confinement. The hole where the hole was below ground, they deemed it inhumane. So every guy who would normally try to escape or something would have to go to solitary on the ground level of this building. 2nd floor, which is off limits, was for the hardened criminals that had a death sentence. Guys that were here, a guy named Elmo Smith. Elmo Smith murdered a 17-year-old girl and mutilated her body, raped her. He spent his last days here. He was the last man to be executed using the electric chair in Philadelphia in 1962. Also, there's a guy named Frank Fallon. They call him the Birdman. I was told in this block is where he had a homemade shiv made from a mop handle, sharpened it, real sharp, stabbed another inmate, started sucking his blood. This is all hearsay from a former guard. Take it with a grain of salt.
You need a tape?
No, put this in your
I have a
backpack
tape.
because
You
I
want
can
tape?
take digital pictures. Oh, glad we're over here.
Chris is coming too?
Everybody,
Come on, Chris.
Oh, you want to walk behind me, Chris? Because right now we are walking towards building 14. This is our last little excursion of the night.
Yeah, this one's suitable.
Cell block 14, completed in 1927. Down these steps beneath cell block 14 are 4 small cells with low ceilings and no plumbing.
Whether it be an old prison or a new prison, prison is definitely someplace you don't want to be. Word up!
At least the State Penitentiary was definitely a great change of pace, just simply for the fact we are not in a hospital.
This place was huge. It was scary.
It's very old. It's very interesting.
It had a scary atmosphere, and it.
This remind me of the big castles I saw in the Middle East.
It's not something you're used to seeing. Philadelphia has its share of museums and then some, but I wasn't expecting such an imposing structure.
I was just unsettled everywhere I went. I don't know if it was all in my head. You know, it's like, you know, this is a spot where a lot of bad people wound up.
It was good that our first involvement with a prison wasn't us getting arrested, and we didn't have to pay bail, so that was always a good thing.
Just being here, it makes me believe that I will never commit crime in my life.
Do I think the prison is haunted?
Do I believe Eastern State's haunted? Absolutely.
I really believe the place is haunted. We'd have to look over the footage, the EVPs.
I could feel like there's like some kind of troubled souls around.
I didn't get any readings whatsoever.
I don't know what these ghost hunting shows, so I think they make it up.
Now, again, this is not to say that there isn't something there, but we didn't find it.
That's not to say that the place isn't haunted. I just didn't detect anything. Now I sound like Brian.
However, I couldn't make such a judgment based on just one night.
I've sensed a lot tonight. I've seen a lot.
As always, there's an explanation for everything, that we heard. Is it a ghost behind us, or is it the wind? Is it an old building? Is it, a rat, a bird? Someone else in a different room, just, an old building settling? There's always an explanation.
If I come across anything, Scared Crew's gonna find out first.
Next time on Scared.
Byberry is massive, immense, sprawling. We had our work cut out for us.
This time, the dangers turned deadly.
People got murdered here legally for hundreds of years.
This was our biggest challenge yet.
There was smoke, there was fire. Some sections of the Underdark were so flooded that we had to turn back.
Getting in, no problem. Getting out with our lives, we weren't so sure about that.
Joe sees all. Don't kid yourself.
Joe sees all, knows none.